everyone, this is Jessica Helmka with Onelife Treatment. I just wanted to send you a quick message about some of the things we're doing here at Onelife. Specifically, I want to talk about empowerment for a couple of minutes. How can we feel empowered when we have a family member, or maybe more than one family member, that is suffering from addiction? We have a tendency to feel very powerless. Here at Onelife, we are not only dedicated to helping your loved one who's suffering, but also each and every family member. And we do that because addiction is a beast that has the power to ravage the whole entire family system unless there's an intervention. So one way that we help to tame that beast is to give a family group every week. And we do that for people, even if your loved one is not in active recovery. That's okay. You can come and you can learn to find a balance within yourself. And we help you do that by showing you new skills and introducing you to the power of learning to incorporate your mind, body, and soul to find that balance, to then use new skills that break the patterns of negativity, of negative communication, and those negative patterns that just happen when there's addiction in the family. And it is almost impossible to break out unless we are able to step outside of it and get some help. When we do that, we create a perimeter of support around us that consists of our mind, body, and soul. So today I want to use this scale to illustrate my point about small victories that we live in each day, and we mindfully recognize the power of those small victories. So let's consider this to be our addicted loved one. They are feeling very negative. Their scale is tipped to the negative side. Maybe they are relapsing. Maybe they're still using a little. They are not incorporating their mind, body, and soul and acquiring the holistic recovery as a lifestyle. They're drowning in the swamp that has been created by the addiction. So even if they do something positive, say get up and call about a job, that is a positive thing. It goes to start tipping the scale. But because they're not recognizing what positivity that they did engage in, they feel like it did no good. Without the understanding that adding up these small victories is what eventually brings us to a place of balance, we stay in that negative frame of mind. Now, I want you to consider also that thinking that life is only with positive experiences is not realistic. In order to find true balance of mind, body, and soul and experience that, we need to have a distribution of positive and negative. Empowerment and gratitude is born out of struggle and loss because we can learn to find the strength and the lesson that was to be taught in the experience. So this is not only true for our addicted loved one with experiences and recognizing small victories, it can be the same for a family member. So let's say this is a family member here, feeling very negative, and this has been going on for years, or this same behavior and it doesn't change, and we can't understand why they won't change. And so we try to set boundaries, but they don't work, and then we don't have the strength, and we feel sad, and we love them, so we don't want them to be on the street. And so we feel like these little things that we try to do aren't adding up. We have to stay the course. We have to find our balance. So we too end up having the balance of positive and negative experiences. I want to introduce one more idea here. When we stay in those negative patterns of communication or behavior with our addicted loved one, like enabling them to continue inadvertently because we are trying to love them, but what happens a lot of times, we can end up loving them to death without knowing it. So we have to consider, is what I'm doing helping them succeed, or is it prolonging their recovery? So here's an example. So let's say that, I'm going to replace those rocks with cotton balls so I don't break anything. Let's say that our loved one has all of these bad experiences, or they've got a job and they keep staying out and getting drunk or whatever they're doing, and you keep calling in for them or paying their bills or saving their day, right? What that essentially does is it knocks the weight out of those experiences. Remember that I said that we can learn to find empowerment from our struggle. That if we don't have any consequence and there's no weight in those negative experiences, then why change? What reason does the person have to change when you have just essentially knocked out all of the struggle? Now, of course, there's going to be some reverberance of that stuff, but it won't have the same power as it did if they had to experience the power of small victories as they are on their road to recovery. But it's just the same for all of the family members that are on the road to recovery for the entire family. So I hope that that was encouraging, and I really would like any of you who have a family member who's struggling, or if they're in recovery or not, to call myself, Jessica Helmka, or Brian Howard, the founder of Onelife Treatment, and let us start helping you today. Thank you for listening.